Hello my good people, welcome to Ticket Book Club. Today we delve into the summary overview of this story, God Sees the Truth But Waits. Check the link in the description to get the summary overview notes of this story among many others that you will find there. Alright, let's start today's overview. God Sees the Truth But Waits is a short story by Leo Tolstoy that follows the story of a man named Ivan, who is falsely accused of murder and robbery and is sentenced to 26 years of imprisonment in Siberia. Before he is framed and accused of the heinous crime, Ivan is a young merchant from the town of Vladimir. He owns 2 shops and a house. As a young man, he was unruly and given to drinking, a tad too much, but he stopped drinking when he got married. One day, he bids his family goodbye as he is leaving for the Nazir fair. His wife dissuades him from going since she had a bad dream about him. She dreams that he will return when his hair is quite grey. She beseeches him to put off the journey till a later date. Ivan laughs it off and says that it is a lucky sign and carries through with his intended journey. Halfway through the journey, he meets a merchant who is an acquaintance of his. They spend the night at the same inn, have tea together and sleep in adjoining rooms. The next morning, Ivan awakens his driver, pays the owner of the inn and they leave before dawn. After about 25 miles, Ivan decides to rest while his horses are fed. He is then approached by an official accompanied by 2 soldiers. The official questions him, revealing that the merchant he spent the night together with at the inn had been murdered. Ivan, in the prime suspect since he was with the man and then left suspiciously early. Ivan denies having taken part in any wrongdoing, but when his luggage is searched, the officer finds a blood-stained knife. The official insists that Ivan murdered the merchant and continues to cross-examine him on how he did it and how much money he stole. Ivan pleads innocence, claiming that he only has 8,000 rubles and that the knife is not his. With the odds stacked against him, trembling and looking guilty, Ivan is apprehended. His money and goods are seized. He weeps bitterly. Inquiries are made about him at his hometown of Vladimir, and it turns out he used to drink a lot and love in his younger days, but he is a good man. Nonetheless, he is charged with murder of the merchant from Ryazan and stealing 20,000 rubles from him. His wife visits him in prison. She is restricted from seeing him at first. After begging, the officials allow her and the small children to see Ivan. She faints at the sight of her loving husband in prison attire and in chains, locked up with thieves and criminals. They talk a bit and he tells her that she must petition the Caesar to spare an innocent man the anguish of unfair retribution. His wife informs him that her efforts to petition have borne no fruits. She then reminds him of her pretentious dream about the grey hair and says, "Vanya dearest, tell your wife the truth, was it not you who did it?" Ivan weeps in disbelief when even his dear wife is dubious, disbelieving and suspicious. He realizes that only God knows the truth and it is only to him that he should appeal. After that, Ivan stops writing petitions and gives up all hope, praying only to God. He is condemned to flogging and sent to the mines. He is flogged with the knots and sent to Siberia. He lives in Siberia for 26 years as a prisoner. His hair and beard turn grey and he transforms into a frail old man who walks slowly, speaks little, and never laughs. Through his time in prison, he becomes known as a meek and pious man among the other prisoners who even call him grandfather and the saint. One day, a fresh gang of convicts come to the prison. Among them, Ivan meets a man named Makar Semyonik. Ivan begins to suspect the Makar is the one who committed the murder he had been accused of. This makes him deeply afflicted that he contemplates taking his own life. He remembers his early days as a free man with fond nostalgia. He feels deeply downcast when he recalls the happier times with his laughing wife, seeing his little children and how young, happy, and free from care he was. He also remembers the day he was apprehended, the flogging, the executioner, chains, convicts, and the 26 years of undeserved confinement and hard labor. He feels deep anger and hatred for Makar and longs for revenge. He prays all night but finds no peace. His preceding days and nights are riddled with misery. One night, he stumbles upon Makar attempting to dig a hole under the wall to escape. Makar threatens to kill him should he tell on him, to which Ivan replies that, "You killed me long ago. As to telling of you, I may do so, or not, as God shall direct." When the convoy soldiers discover the tunnel and question Ivan, he responds that it's not God's desire that he should tell. He reasons that he will gain nothing taking revenge on Makar even if he made him pay for his transgressions. He has no faith in the human justice system. That night, Makar comes to Ivan's bed and confesses his crime and begs earnestly for forgiveness. Makar sobs as he desperately pleads with the old man to pardon him. Ivan also begins to weep. Surprisingly, he says simply, "God will forgive you. Maybe I am 100 times worse than you." At this point, his heart grows light and he no longer desires to leave the Siberian prison and go home. He only desires to die and be with God. Makar confesses to the authorities, but by the time they order for Ivan's release, he is already dead. Thank you for watching and listening this piece from Ticket Book Club. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, turn on the notification bell and share with your family and friends. Catch you in the next one.